Today in our lesson we get a chance to work with perimeter and area. So this is a chance where we get to kind of be creative because our job is going to be using the grid paper given to you on Seesaw to create a picture. Then from there we will go in and do our perimeter and area based on that picture. So you'll see I have an example of a fish on there where I go through and I give you the perimeter and the area. Today what we're going to do is we're going to work with a little bit of a smaller one. And for this I went and I drew an apple. All right, now you'll notice I only colored in full squares. I didn't do round lines through it. I only covered in those full squares. So this is where it kind of becomes a challenge because in order to complete this, you need to do it like I did where you only have full squares. So you'll have a chance to kind of play with it, be very creative. I don't want to just see a bunch of fish and apples like I showed you. See what you can create on your own. Okay, so what we're going to do for this is first I would go in and do my picture. So for this case, I colored in my red squares, I did my brown stem, and I did a leaf as well. And you will have the same opportunity to do that by choosing different colors when you're in your Seesaw template. So that was my first job. I did a couple of drafts, and this is the one I liked best. From here now is where I get to do my math for this. So what I'm going to do is I need to calculate my perimeter and my area. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I like to start with my perimeter. So my perimeter, remember, is my distance around a closed figure. So you will see this is around a closed figure, and I'm going to be counting my distance. And the way I like to do this is by making little tally lines so I can see exactly what I've counted so far. Okay, so I'm going to start here. I'm going to go 1. Okay, that would be my 1 shape around. 2, 3. Now here's where it gets tricky because I'm actually going to count this twice because I'm still just going directly around it. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to do this side piece here. 5, again the side, and 6. So you'll notice I'm just counting my whole way around the shape. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you'll see again I'm touching every point. So on these ones I'm hitting this shape twice. And you can see that. So that can kind of throw us off because we can't just count the blocks. We have to count the edges because our perimeter is the distance around the shape. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay, so you can see now I've went my whole way around. You'll notice I didn't mark any of these interior shapes because I'm only counting the distance around the outside. And I like to make these little lines so I know what I've counted because if I was missing one here, I'd know I'd have to recount. So I ended up with 30. So under my perimeter, I'm going to write 30. Now, this is the part where we would normally put our units. Okay? So in some cases, we've been working with perimeter in centimeters, we've done meters, yards, feet, all of that. This case, we do not have anything that is being told to us. So what we do then is we put 30 units. Okay? And that would be my perimeter piece for this. My next job is to go in and complete my area. Now the area, remember, is the space taken up by the shape. So we're no longer going around the outside. Now we're counting up how much space it takes up. And for this, we get to actually count those full boxes. So with a rectangle, if my shape was just a rectangle, I could take my base times my height. But because I have kind of an irregular shape, being that it's an apple, what I'm going to do is I'm going to count my full boxes. So again, I'm going to use a marker to mark these so I can see exactly what I've done. So I'm going to count every full box. So I put a little dot in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to keep going until I count all of them. Again, this dot just helps me so I don't accidentally skip one because then I'd know I'd have to go back. So again, I'm counting my whole way through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. So my area then becomes 27. And now this is where it's going to be a little bit different, because when I'm dealing with area, I'm not just in units. I'm counting these full squares, which tells me that I'm in square units. Or another way to write that would be units squared. So this will be your project for today, is to first go in, practice, be creative. Let's see if we can come up with some very fun and different things on our drawings. Once you've created your drawing, then you go in and you're going to calculate your perimeter and area.